good game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Offense just a yard away from the line they need to gain. 3rd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 55 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second down now after the pass completion. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. Drops it underneath to Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 75 yards. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And this one through the uprights and good. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On second down, Freeman. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Ryan now to throw on third down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. So they get 14 yards there and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And Jones has it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. This is Freeman on first and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Prescott on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. First down, Prescott. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
second down, Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, what a move. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, let's make a pivot here. We're in the midst of Week 11, Charles. NFC picture right now for the playoffs. You got the Saints, Vikings, and Rams at 7-2. Eagles' best record in football at 8-1. What are you seeing out of that side?
Well, I'm seeing the things that you're seeing. Those teams setting the pace, and I'm not sure how they're going to be headed off. Now, the one I'm identifying as a real potential is going to be the LA Rams, because they just haven't done it before. But they're playing at a really high level. They are actually down, if it turns into a tiebreaker, a game to Seattle, because Seattle beat them head-to-head. And just think about the potential home field advantages. Philadelphia, imagine playing in front of those people. New Orleans in the Superdome, okay? Imagine if Seattle gets it, how tough it is there. But Minnesota, if they win it and win out, they host the Super Bowl. Think about that.
On third down, that's Coleman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Falcons a first down.
Julio Jones is off to a monster first half, but still, can he reach what he did against the Panthers in 2016? Didn't he go for a cool 300 in that game?
On the dot in week 4, 300 yards. Oh, Matt Ryan had a pretty good game, too. Threw for over 500. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time of factor as Ryan will hustle him to the line.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
On third down, Elliott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a fourth down now.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here. So for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And off comes to McFadden. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Eight yards to go here on second down. On the counter, Elliott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He sets to fire deep. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will finally get to him, but a great return. Has set him up first and goal at the 5. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game. And it'll be intercepted.
Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here. And stopped at the 7-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Gabriel, the man in motion. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And that'll bring up second down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Gabriel, the man in motion. They run. Devontae Freeman. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
He's going to let this one go. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And he's able to put it through. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They'll try to fire up the running game with McFadden. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Final minute now of the third quarter. They go to Elliott tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down and about 9 to go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On third down, it's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On first and 10, Prescott gets it to Bryce Butler, complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. There he goes left side.